If this video found you today, this message might be meant for you. Welcome to the Frequency of Grace. My name is Derry, and I read tarot for people who are on a journey of healing, awakening, and self-discovery. Take what resonates, leaves what doesn't. Let's tap in and see what Spirit wants you to know today. So initially for your pre-pull, I used the Akashic Records Oracle deck. I got Discovery. New ideas, people, or opportunities may be coming your way. While there is still work to do to reach your goal, you may discover new strengths and passions along the way. I feel like this is Spirit asking you to continue to be open-minded about what it is you want to do. I feel like this is not a time for you to continue to live in fear. You're going to put in the footwork if you are not already doing so. And this could be you starting a small business. This could just literally be you thinking of starting a small business and coming across people, coming across information on how to take those steps. Then we have here shame. You've carried this burden for too long. It's time to release the guilt you placed on yourself and start a new chapter in your life. Set a new goal and begin taking action toward happiness. I think that card is very self-explanatory. I think that you may be someone, whoever I'm speaking to, is someone who has dealt with a lot. I feel like in your life, you have went through hoops of fires. There were times where you feel like there was no means to an end, and I believe it got to a point where you felt like it was all in vain. I do think that there are some things that may cross your mind that you don't necessarily like remembering. You may have some things you are very much ashamed of, but I don't think that it's not for you to have shame on these things, of these people you've interacted with. I don't think it's for you to have shame with situations you've been in. I think it's really time for you to take a step back, process it, understand that it happens, and move forward. It's something that you take with you on your journey. I believe those are experience, places, and people that you are going to be able to use those things to help other people that might have been in your situation, dealing with the things you were dealing with. And then we have gratitude. There's something to be great. There's always something to be grateful for, even in the darkest of situations. Now is the time to recognize what is going well in your life and what you are thankful for. I think that complements the shame card. I think after going through that period of shame, you may be in this period of shame now, like living with regrets. You may be on that path to rebuilding yourself, but then there comes a time where in the middle of rebuilding, you kind of reflect back and be like, oh man, I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have dealt with that person. I shouldn't have, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And I believe you have to start finding grace. You have to start having grace with yourself. Showing gratitude is one way to do that. I think gratitude is about just being appreciative of the experiences you had in life, both good and bad, because it shapes you to who you're going to be. Let's see what these cards have to say. I hope you guys heard that. My mic wasn't on. Sorry about that. Spirit, can I have 3 cards for my collective? Okay, you have true self. Discover and express your true self to return to your inner authenticity. Emotional balance. Maintain emotional balance to preserve inner stability and harmony. Heart of the cosmos. Connect with the cosmos heart to experience profound wisdom and love. I think these cards are, this is spirit telling you, reminding you to be you. This is spirit's way of saying, continue to be you, continue on the road less traveled. I feel like whoever I'm talking to is someone that might be going, you're either going through or getting ready to go through a big transition in life. This could be starting a new job. This could be changing locations. You could be someone coming out of a horrible family dynamic. You could be someone coming out of a crazy relationship. You could be somebody in addiction recovery. And you're in a process of that. I think it's also important with this emotional balance here to maintain your emotional balance. A lot of times when you're regardless of what it is you're going through, you are recovering from something. There's always that transitional phase where you have to get over something and you are like starving it out. Like for instance, if you're in an addiction and you stop using a particular type of drug, once you come off of that drug, you are mentally, emotionally, physically out of whack. And it takes time to get your body back in sync. And I think spirit is asking you here to just be mindful and more aware of your emotions, how you interact with people. This could just be the side effects, or if whether it was you putting toxic drugs in your body, whether it was you engaging with toxic family members, whether it was you engaging with a toxic ex. Once you're out of that, your body is still in shock. Your mind, your body, everything. So you might not respond to things in the best ways right now. I believe this is calling you to be more in your heart space. And when I say that, I mean finding love for yourself, continuing to put yourself first. I believe this card is asking you, Heart of the Cosmos, is to remember who you are before the relationship, before the addiction, before the toxic family members. Get back to who you are. Let's see what some tarot got to say. Tarot, give me the best, clearest, and highest messages for the collective. This makes perfect sense. Collective, I feel like you are coming out of something. You're coming out of something, whether it was a relationship, whether it was a crazy family dynamic, whether it was, addiction. You're coming out of something big. You took a leap of faith. You got rid of whatever it is. I feel like this is in the past, or like it's something in the recent past you did. You took a leap of faith. You're trying something new. Whatever it is, you're detaching yourself from it. It might be an old cycle, and you're just like, nope, this isn't working anymore. I need to try this instead. With the King of Pentacles here, you might be gaining employment. You're more stable. You're currently working at a new job. This is you might have a new home. Your money looks really, really good here. I feel like you're very grounded in this energy with the King of Pentacles. And if that's not where you are now, that's where you're going to be. I feel something very like proper, like I feel something very upper echelon about this King of Pentacles. Like he's not looking towards the past anymore. He knows what he wants. He knows he has an idea. He knows where he's going, and he's focused on his bag. Definitely. And then with the Four Cups here. Okay. So with the King of Pentacles here, I feel like this is you, very stable, very grounded. You know where it is you're going. With the Four Cups here, I feel like this is you not wanting something, not being open to something. Like it's giving the energy of, I've been through this multiple times before, I'm not going through it again. I don't know what that is though. Tell me about this Four Cups. What is this Four Cups? This is you putting hard work into something. And I don't know if it's a Four Cups, so I'm gonna assume this may be some kind of relationship. This could be a friendship, this could be a romantic relationship, this could be a family member coming back, this could be something that prior to where you are right now, you put a lot into it and you tried it 1, 2, 3 times and it didn't work. And you put a lot of work into it, whatever this is, this person, this place, this situation. And ultimately, I feel like it led you to a Ten of Swords. And it's like you don't want to deal with it. It was the end. You don't want to go back. It caused you a lot of mental trauma. It was very devastating. It was taxing on you mentally. With this Five of Wands here, I feel like you don't, whatever it is, you don't want to go back to it. It was mentally taxing. There was you had to compete for whatever it was, whether you were in a job, you had to compete for a better position without getting the pay. Whether this was a toxic relationship, you probably was going back and forth with your partner all the time. And there was a lot of deceit with the Seven of Swords. A lot of lies. Just not someone not being fair to you. Or this could totally be internal. This could be you being not wanting to go back to old habits. So everything that comes into your life new now, you turn it away because it reminds you of where you were. It reminds you of the mental torture. It reminds you of the stress. It reminds you of, these 10 swords being stuck in your back. And this probably was done to self. Like, for instance, being in addiction, a lot of the times you are responsible for what happens in addiction. I'm not saying that you don't go through, like, people don't play a role in your addiction. But a lot of the times, and this is me speaking from personal experience because I am a year sober, a lot of times you get stuck in addiction because of the choices you made. And I feel like you're done making those choices. You don't want to make the wrong choice. So any person, place, a thing that reminds you of what was, you turn it down and you remember what that Ten of Swords was like. You remember what that Five of Wands was like, with that constantly, fighting those demons all the time. You remember how times were not the best. I want to see what the Seven of Swords is. Please tell me about the Seven of Swords. Whoa. Seven of Swords, Five of Pentacles. You no longer want this. You don't want to have to go through struggle. It's almost like your mind playing tricks on you where you continue to think negative things are going to happen because you don't want to go be back out in the cold. You don't want to go through any hardships anymore. But with the two swords, the two sword cards here, I feel like this is an all in your mind thing. Again, this relates to the top of the reading where it's like shame. You have to forgive yourself in order to move forward. I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, you may not be forgiving yourself. You know, you have to be grateful for the experiences you have. And this may be causing that emotional balance. You not to be emotionally balanced. I think that you have a ton of newness coming towards you. And you don't necessarily know what to make of it or how to deal with it, or even you might be questioning it. And I don't think it's meant for that. I think whatever it is you've been through, whoever I'm speaking to, whatever it is you have been through, it is meant for you to have lived that experience. That way you could turn that pain into power. You could turn that dark past into a bright future. I wonder what this 501 is about. Spirit, tell me about this 501s. This was competition in some kind of, I feel like, love situation. This could have been competition in self-love. And what I mean when I say that is you probably put other people before you when you knew you should have been putting yourself first. Or this is in a relationship where you were in a relationship that you felt may have been God ordained. This probably was your person. This probably was your soul mate, you know, and it wasn't that. You came to realize it wasn't that. You don't have to compete for love. You don't have to compete for peace in a relationship. Tell me about this Ten of Swords. I don't think I'm going to clarify the Fool or the King of Pentacles. I feel like those are very self-explanatory. Ace of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. So I feel like you're in your head about a new beginning. This could be a new career move. But you know, with the Queen of Cups, you know it's right. You intuitively know this is where I need to go. This is what I need to do. But I feel like there's this mental fight. You're going back and forth with it. And you don't know what to make of it. All in all, collective, you're here for a reason. You're here for a bigger purpose. And I don't think you see that yet. I think it's important for you to continue to push forward, continue to discover yourself, continue to show gratitude to yourself, continue to show yourself grace. Because by the way it looks here, you're in your head about a lot of things. And I wouldn't want that to hinder you from doing something that could literally change your life and other people's lives. Anyway, collective, thank you so much for joining me today. Once again, my name is Derry. If you did enjoy this video, comment, like, subscribe, share, do all the things, and I'll see you next time. Bye.